Wild Zone 15 is filled with a ton of pumpkins, ghosts, and bug Pokemon that want to murder you. But the most important thing is that you're able to survive and get every single shiny Pokemon here. So I'll be showing you all the tricks and methods to help you fully complete your shiny Pokédex for Wild Zone 15. Never miss out by hitting that subscribe button and notification bell, and if you want to further support the channel and enjoy these guides, consider becoming a member. Now let's 100% shiny Wild Zone 15. Wild Zone 15 is unlocked after you complete main mission 19. The Pokemon that we'll be hunting in the zone are Pumpkaboo, Shuppet, Whirlpede, Scolicipede, Haunter, Beedrill, Larvitar, and the fixed alpha spawns are going to be Alpha Gourgeist, Alpha Beedrill, and Alpha Banette. Just remember, in order to have the 5% chance of all the Pokemon randomly becoming alphas, that you must catch every single Pokemon in the area, which is basically completing Mabel's quest for surveying Wild Zone 15. For Shiny Dex completion, it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to need 8 Pumpkaboo. One in small, medium, large, and extra large, which shows up at nighttime, and then you have to trade every single one of them in order to get a Gourgeist. You'll need 2 Shuppet, one to evolve to Banette at level 37, or you can catch the 1 Alpha Banette in the zone with the 1 Shuppet, and Banette also has a Mega Evolution. You'll need 2 Whirlpedes, one to keep as Whirlpede and one to evolve into Scolicipede at level 30, or get lucky and catch that 1 Scolicipede in the zone. Also, Scolicipede has a brand new Mega in this game, and it's really futuristic and cool. You'll need 2 Haunter, one to keep as Haunter, and then you need to trade one over to get a Gengar, which has a very cool white shiny Mega Evolution. You'll need 1 Beedrill, which also has a Mega Evolution, and 3 Larvitar, one to evolve into Pupitar at level 30, and one to evolve into Tyranitar at level 55. And yes, this Pokemon also has Mega. Literally everyone has a Mega except Pumpkaboo. The base shiny odds are going to be 1 out of 4,096, while shiny odds with the shiny charm are going to be 1 out of 1,024.38. The methods being used in this video are going to be the fast travel method, the bench method, and the run and despawn method. All right, here we are at Wild Zone number 15, and as you can see, we are fast traveling right to the gate. Now, the first method, just like I said, is going to be the fast travel method. Now, fast travel method to Wild Zone 15 from the gate itself is not the most efficient. The reason why is if we drop our pin, Pokemon spawn 50 meters from where you fast travel, and the ones that are closest to that fast travel point are going to be these specific Pumpkaboos right over here, which fall within the 50 meters. Now, if we go a little bit further, it might be harder for us to get a Pumpkaboo to spawn. So when you're doing the fast travel method, you're specifically going for that Pumpkaboo and this little Pumpkaboo over here. Let me get out of here before I die. But if you are comfortable just rolling for those specific Pokemon within the range that you are, and you want to go for those Pumpkaboo, you could use this as a fast travel. There are actually 4 variants of Pumpkaboo in the game, and at nighttime, you have the chance of the very rare extra large showing up right over here as a shiny Pokemon. So go ahead and when you're doing your resets, catch as many as you can and throw them out of the ball, and you can see the size of the Pumpkaboo. Here's an example here. Here's a little small one, and here's one that's definitely bigger than that one. Like, the sizes are very obvious, so make sure you are catching them, and hopefully you all can get the XL shiny, which I think is the much more rare one, and definitely a flex, especially if it's not an alpha. So if you catch a Pumpkaboo that is XL, let me know in the comments. Now, if you pay attention to the zone and we open up a map, you'll find something called Café Ultimo. Now, in order to unlock cafes in the game, you just have to walk by it. And the beauty of Café Ultimo is that when we go over here, this is also a fast travel spot. However, Pokemon will notice you very quickly when you are going to this fast travel spot. It's very dangerous because all the Pokemon here are pretty much aggressive. So what you need to do is immediately keep clicking a Café Ultimo over and over again in order to quickly get the spawns you exactly need. And as you can see, we are definitely changing up spawns because that alpha changed over there. So if you feel like it wasn't, they do change. Now, the benefits of Café Ultimo is that we have almost every single spawn available to us. So if I just get my marker to be placed right over here, it's a little bit off, which kind of sucks, but we'll drop it right there, I guess. And we'll see, just walk away from that, right? We can see that this spawn is within the range. How about this one right here? We see that these spawns are within the range. Look, that's even further out than we not naturally spawn. So right at 50, we get most of these spawns over here. All of these Pokemon are going to be most likely in range. That's a little further out than it should. So we get the Beedrills, we get the Whirlpedes, we get also the one single, where is he? Why are we not locking onto you? One single Scolicipede in this zone as well. So that is a great spot to come over to, and it pretty much covers way more Pokemon than the original fast travel point. Now, the only cons is if all the Pokemon spot you, all you gotta do is just run out, right? And that's going to just bring you right back to Café Ultimo, which essentially makes this more of a run and reset method. So let's say you want to spawn in and see all the Pokemon as opposed to just fast traveling. So now we're hitting run and reset method, right? We did the fast travel method where we come in over and over again and we see a bunch of shiny Pokemon if they are there. But here's the reset method. You pop into Café Ultimo and all you're going to do is just look to the right, see if these Pokemon are shiny, if you hear the sparkle, and then just walk right out. That way you're able to spawn all the Pokemon in the zone. You're able to see every single one, including the first two that you see at the gate. So I come in here, I see the Pokemon on my left, I look over here, you know, I want to check all these Pokemon over here. Okay, we're good. And then I'm going to turn right here just like this and make sure I'm covered by seeing every Pokemon on every single fast travel. And that's pretty much going to be run and reset method by using Café Ultimo. Again, this is the better fast travel spot. This is the better run and reset spot. So use this one to maximize the amount of shinies. You will net yourself some great shinies over here. However, I do want to point out the daytime shinies are different than the nighttime shinies here. These Bijo, Whirlipede, and Scolicipede are going to change depending on the time of day. So let's go ahead, swap it to night, just so you have an idea of what exactly is going to show up at nighttime, specifically when we are doing this hunt. I want to point out, almost every single Pokemon, even though it's flipping to nighttime, still want to murder you in this game. I don't know what's up with these crowded wild zones and why there's a cafe in here, but this is the worst spot to put a cafe. So yeah, there we go. There's a creepy Haunter trying to kill me. Now we have a creepy Banette, and we have a little Shuppet as well. So these Pokemon are also going to be able to be shiny hunted. So pretty much you're just taking out the bugs and you're putting in more ghosts at nighttime. That's all the difference that's happening here when you are hunting. Now I wanted to put out a big warning against the bench method, specifically for Pokemon like Pumpkaboo. As I mentioned before, Pumpkaboo has a bunch of different sizes that show up, with at nighttime having the chance of the XL spawns appearing. A lot of reports are coming in of players not being able to bench reset method and get specifically Pumpkaboo, and this could be due to the fact of the sizes messing up in the internal coding and the game not saving these specific shinies. However, the bench method will be completely fine if you're hunting Pokemon like Haunter, Banette, Shuppet, or the daytime spawns in this area. So just be aware the bench method is not going to be efficient at all for going to find Pumpkaboos unless you're getting up every time from the bench to check on all the Pokemon. I'm dead. So yeah, do the Café Ultimo method, daytime, nighttime. That's the differences between the spawns. Did I just hear a shiny? Wait, I'm literally doing this. I heard a shiny. Hold on. Where you at? I literally heard a shiny. Outside the zone? Wait, could that mean roof spawns are part of the fast reset? Wait, no. Speaking of fast travel, that Fletchling was a bonus shiny that happened to show up in the zone outside of the main gate. So if you are doing the fast travel method, well, now we know that Fletchling is a shiny. I can't believe that just showed up on stream. Dude, Fletchling's everywhere, so I don't think it's as crazy. Now let's talk about the next method, which is going to be the run and despawn method. Now, in order to do this, we're going to head over to Café Ultimo, and then we're just going to walk out like this. I just didn't want you to run through the zone, but if you want to run, you can run. And then we're gonna head over to this holovator located here on Hibernal Avenue. That's what, did I just hear a shot? It's, that's an accidental shiny. And I caught Pansage shiny. That was not expected in the video. Is that within 50 meters of the cafe? Oh my gosh. Yep, that monkey is within 50 meters. That is a bonus shiny. We just got another bonus shiny. So look out if that Pokemon spawns in the trees. Pansage. All right, bonus shiny acquired. So let's head over to this holovator over here. And if it's not unlocked, there might be a side quest attached to it. Just beat that side quest and then head up to the holovator. Now, once you're up here, you're going to find that there is a little cobweb. You send out a Pokemon to break it, and then you'll be able to cross over here, and you'll notice that there is going to be another entrance to Wild Zone number 15 that has the Larvitars in it, just like that. So let's walk in. Let's see how many usually spawn here. There is our Larvitar. There's one. There's two, and I think sometimes you'll get a third one that does spawn here. I have seen 3. So what you want to do specifically is, so we have the mark on it. We want to back up just like this across the webs, and we're going to move to about, let's see, where do they stop showing up? Okay, so they show up less than 30 meters. So they show up around the 20-meter mark. So if you want to be extra careful with the spawns, don't drop the pin in the center, but drop it all the way to the edge, because you can see there is a Larvitar that spawns there. So essentially what you want to do is go from here and make sure that you are 70 meters away completely. So that's 50, 60, 70. So right about at the grass spot is where they're going to despawn. 50 is where they're going to respawn, but you're not going to really see them until you're like 20 meters or less away from them. So that's where we see them, and you can kind of cycle that in and out. Now, believe it or not, I was actually able to get one here, which was totally unexpected, and it did happen at nighttime, which was really cool. And the obvious difference between a shiny and a regular is pretty clear. It's very, very clear to notice the difference. If you find the run and despawn trick a little too time consuming for you, there's another method we could do, which is the reset and respawn. All you have to do is go up to this group of Larvitar over here, have them close by, and have a Pokemon with the AoE, and then you're going to knock out both of them or 3 of them if that's the amount that show up. As soon as you knock them out and they disappear, start a 2-minute timer specifically for these Larvitar, and then save right before the 2 minutes are up. And then after that, you're then going to respawn them by closing out your game, opening it up, and they'll spawn as the time goes to the next second. And then you can see if they're shiny, and if they're not, you keep doing it over and over again. And this is really beneficial because you're getting 2 to 3 spawns of Larvitar every single time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this video and the playlist for the shiny hunting guides. Really helpful.